दरबार साहब
नमस्कार, हरि ओम.
Namaskar.
Interesting. Most of it is actually covered, though these three verses have got relatively lesser, importance when compared to the next three which are coming, which are loaded and sublime in terms of the meaning as well as the message for the people. And what is the take home for some of us? So, if as usual, now it is a challenge for me. Now, what do I something different? How do I explain from? So, I have taken a couple of words from the earlier speakers because there is no point in again telling the same with the etymological or the translation of the same verses. So, what is the role and then what is the responsibility of the God, and what is the role and responsibility of the devotee or the man? If we examine, if you look at it from the next two slokas, that is 51 and then 52, that's what we are here to deliberate. यहाँ सिद्ध होता है कि what is the role? See, the role of the bhakta, the devotee, is to completely devote himself and in the worship of the Lord. The devotion is with a single-minded focus and then the concentration, ananya, satata, these are the words. And then more विस्तार रूप से आने वाले अध्याय में हम बात कर सकते हैं और विशिष्ट ज्ञान प्राप्त कर सकते हैं और ज्ञान भी. But to stick to today's verses, and I thought today only is the wrap up of the chapter, and accordingly I have made up my mind. But since Germany has for 99th episode, and we want to have the 100th episode as the is also a milestone, so I am तो थोड़ा कम करके उसको छुपा के रखता हूँ नेक्स्ट वीक के लिए. और आज ये क्या बात करें बोले तो so there are two words. What is the role and the nature of the Lord? The Lord is the embodiment of the compassion and then karuna. So what he has to do, he is doing it. So he says that Ashwasayama. What he is instilling the confidence in the
दरबार साहब यू हैव इन्वेंटेड सम वाईफाई टाइप्स, कोई ब्लूटूथ का कोई किया आपने, वो आपका नॉर्मल वाला ही लगा है ना नेक्स्ट. हाँ, वो प्रॉब्लम आ रही है तो या तो नेक्स्ट राउंड में लगा लीजिए और अभी लगा सके तो अभी लगा लीजिए. ये वाईफाई से आपका साउंड ठीक नहीं आ रहा है.
ओके, am I okay now?
Yeah, fantastic.
Is it clear now? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So traditional things work well.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually I bought these because this was a khich a cord, that's why. Anyway, good. Aswasayamasa. Thank you for your confidence in that traditional, path. That's what it is. So he is instilling the confidence. With that, what is the resultant feeling of the bhakta or the disciple is Sacheta Prakrutim. Sacheta Prakrutim. This is the word which is. And people, the earlier speakers have given tippani on that. One is of course the Mula Prakriti. Mula Prakriti का अर्थ वेदांत परिभाषा में completely अलग होता है. And it is not only the root nature in normal simple English if we have to, it is the root nature or origin nature. The Nija Swarup, that also can be interpreted, or maybe Balyavastha or the Gata, the Purva Avastha. So these are the things which comes to mind. But if you look at it, you break it and then getting into the deeper meaning of the Sachetaha is the same consciousness. Chetana is the consciousness. Sacheta is the same consciousness. Having gone through 10 chapters, Jnana and Upadesh in the Gita so far, naturally there is enlightenment to Bhagavan, from Narayana to the Nara, and he is reinforcing, both are reinforcing in each other's. and instilling confidence in each other. So the Aswasayamasa ka matlab also can be interpreted. The disciple is instilling confidence in the guru that sir, I am learning sahi ja raha hu, and God also is giving him reinforcement. Acha theek hai, sahi ja rahe ho. Because that is very very important. That feedback and that exchange is extremely important even in our day-to-day learning in life for our own selves when we look at it either through introspection or retrospection. वंस जब ये पुनर्दर्शन या उसको बोलते हैं पुरस्चरण या रिवीजन रिव्यू जो करते हैं एंड हमें भी ये प्राप्त होता है एंड जानकारी लब्ध होता है कि दैट हम सही जा रहे हैं कि नहीं जा रहे हैं एंड वी विल हैव टू कॉन्स्टेंटली कंपेयर आवरसेल्व्स विद द बेंचमार्क और द हाईएस्ट फॉर्म ऑफ द स्टैंडर्ड द प्रमाण जो होता है एंड हियर इट इज the Bhagavan is the pramana and whatever there is no difference between the Veda and then the Dharma and then the Bhagavan. So that is the pramana that we will have to take. So having discussed without touching upon the next two verses and the conclusion as well as the introduction to the chapter 12, only to stick to also here, what is he saying in 53? So he is saying, okay, Yajna, Dana, Tapa, Veda, all these things which he talked about. In 48 also, he talked about and then he is repeating the same thing, which we have touched upon and then which we deliberated on that. So, why do people do rituals? Why do people do rituals? Let us understand. Whatever, if you call it also, all these things are ritualistic practices. Why do people indulge in? And we discussed. Or why do people go to the temple or to the Lord Bhagavan की याद जब क्यों आता है, जब कब आता है? So all these things also we have discussed briefly. So again to reinforce that, वेदाध्ययन कौन करते हैं, क्यों करते हैं? Similarly, जो यज्ञ कौन करते हैं, क्यों करते हैं? So स्वर्ग कामो यजेता, that's what they say, that the people who are desirous of the heaven, Swarga Kamo Ejeta. So that is what is said in the Arshavakya, and that is a standard phrase. People who do perform yajnas and also to propitiate the gods and deities, only to acquire the place in heaven. That's what they say. Veda Jain से क्या होता है? Okay, पुराने दिनों में जो अलग युगों में, सनातन युगों में अलग पर्पस होता है, बट अभी भी इन कलयुग में भी ये वेदाध्ययन मुक्ति के लिए कर रहे हैं या ज्ञान के लिए कर रहे हैं या ज्ञान से मुक्ति प्राप्त करने के लिए कर रहे हैं या इज इट ऑल्सो अनदर स्ट्रीम ऑफ स्टडी फॉर आवर ओन गुजारा एग्जिस्टेंस बिकॉज इट इज ये सांप्रदाय रूप से घर में हेरिडिटरी इन सर्टेन हाउस होल्ड्स इट इज बीन ए प्रैक्टिस एंड that is the reason people are studying Vedas in a particular community where they are more into the Vedas, though it has been liberalized and it is available to everybody to pursue, but majority people continue to be, what sect of people are pursuing Vedajayana. Okay, Vedajayana se bhi, it is unlike the previous times. Today there are jobs available and there are careers available for Veda, Samskrita, and then Shastra, Pandits, and then the Adhyapakas, all that. And also Mahamahopadhyaya kind of recognitions are also available today. So maybe because of profession, so that is also, and in fact, if we go into the main cause also, the root cause and the reason when we go, we have discussed. Dvevidya, Veditavya, Para, Aparacha, that's what we have discussed earlier. And there are all these Vidyas are all, including the Vedas, that's what it is the understanding, is the Apara. And Para is the Brahma Vidya and the Brahma Jnana जो जानने वाला है, जो ब्रह्म को ज्ञान प्राप्ति हो जाता है तो खुद ब्रह्म और अद्वैत की सिद्धि हो जाती है. That is the belief system. So here also when he says Sachetah Prakritim means I have understood the same consciousness of yours as my consciousness also. So he has seen himself, Tattvamasi ka kind of a feeling also he seems to be conveying, can be a way of interpreting. So now why do they do that? Because in return to something like quid pro quo. So ये मैं करूँगा ये ज्ञान कर, or when we have some trouble, like I said, Sankata and then Venkata and all. When you have a problem of navagrahas and then somewhere कुछ कम पड़ गई तो कुछ दृष्टि या दोषा होता है तो you do 17,000, 19,000 or some 24,000. Like that, there are certain prescriptions for each graha, to propitiate and then to ward off the bad things. That's how they do the japam. And mantra japa is also इसका आलंबन करके बैठ के तीव्र रूप से या उग्र रूप से, when you contemplate by forgetting everything around you, it is just a stage below the so-called samadhi, and then you are getting into that jhana and then tapas. So that is also for want of something. And the Nishkam Karma is, we will talk about it in the next week. I have reserved it for, Sangha Vivarjitaha, Nisangaha, all that. So, but now, so even tapas is also dana. Who are the people who can do dana? People who, you need to have some wealth or something for you to give it to somebody. That which you do not have, you can't give. So that is also, sir, I am a very poor person. What can I do? Dana? I can't do dana. What do I do? I am not a Brahmin, so I can't study Veda. What do I do? I don't know how to perform yajna. What should I do? So yajna, dana, tapa, karma, kriya. So all these elaborate vratas and then in those rituals, pujas, homas, all that I can't do. Abhi main kya karoon? So what that is the dilemma for a layman also. For him also, the Bhakti Yoga precisely seems to be coming as the answer, and he is reinforced saying that merely doing it, all these activities, it is not enough unless it is Yunjate Yoga Yuktatma. That's what he said. When it is, and yoga is nothing but the integration of our Jivatma with the Paramatma, and that is the Bhakti, true Bhakti. So for each one, Veda Jena with Bhakti, the Yajna is ritual with Bhakti, Tapa, Homa, Jhana, and every Kriya, Yajat Karma Karoti, Tattadakilam Shambho, Tavaradhanam. So that kind of a feeling with which once it is performed, without any desire of the fruit and then the result, then उसका मान्यता और उसका फल प्राप्ति सही मिल सकता है, एंड उन्हीं को भगवान का दर्शन होता है, जिनको भगवान का विश्व रूप का या नॉर्मल रूप का या जो तो दो भुजा या चतुर्भुजा या सहस्त्रबाहु जो भी है, भगवान का दर्शन प्राप्ति हुआ, मतलब तुम्हारा पुण्य का फल प्राप्ति हो गया, एंड देन ये जीवन मुक्त हो गया. Those people who have seen the God means they are liberated and they are in the bliss, state of the bliss. What else they want? So that means they have become the one same consciousness, they merged it with God. That's what I think is the Sacheta Prakriti. And these are the things which we come to my mind, and in the second round, if there is time, we can take it up the other things as I look at it.
जी दरबार,
we need more time to talk.
Having said that,
हाँ, हमारे पास खूब एपिसोड है, करते यही काम करते जाएंगे.
हाँ,
काम क्या हो रहा?
But I can only say, very often people just quote Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. They don't complete the next line. The following phrase they don't say. There only it is said Ahimsa Paramo Dharma, Dharma Himsa Tadhaivacha. That they can very conveniently उसको छुपाया गया है. So because ये प्रस्ताव context is come, so that's what I thought that immediately I'll say the second line also. Like Satyameva Jayate non-rutam. That they don't say. Similarly, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma, Dharma Himsa Tadhaivacha. So that also is there. Anyway, लंबी चली जाएगी. But coming back to, if we look at it,
फुटनोट, जैसे भाटी साहब कहते हैं ना, फुटनोट, एक फुटनोट लगाते हैं. फुटनोट ये है कि तब तो हिंदू मुसलमान नहीं थे, तब तो कोई क्रिश्चियनिटी नहीं थी. 10 देवासुर संग्राम हुए हैं, 10, और इतना भीषण रक्तपात हुआ है कि भागवत पुराण में एक देवासुर संग्राम के बारे में यह आता है कि यदि कोई भीरू व्यक्ति इस युद्ध को देख लेता तो मर जाता, इतना रक्तपात हुआ है. तो कौन सी अहिंसा की बात कर रहे हैं? और ये कब से आई है अहिंसा? जब खुद इंद्र स्वयं युद्ध लड़ रहे हैं, भगवान विष्णु युद्ध लड़ रहे हैं, तो फिर कौन सी अहिंसा की बात है? बात यह है कि ये अच्छाई और बुराई की जो लड़ाई है हमेशा चलेगी, और अच्छाई हमेशा बुराई को जीतना चाहेगी और बुराई हमेशा अच्छाई को हराना चाहेगी। ये सतत चला आ रहा है और भगवान की त्रिगुणात्मक सृष्टि में भगवान ने स्वयं ने ही ऐसे बीज दे दिए हैं कि अच्छाई और बुराई की लड़ाई हमेशा चलेगी, आप इसको रोक नहीं सकते।
दोनों ये षड्यंत्र है, ये जाति को निर्वीर्य और नपुंसक रखने का एक षड्यंत्र था। यही प्रयास था उनका, और they were successful also through this the so-called father of the nation. Anyway, so coming to our own pursuits, coming back to our current discussion, in all our pursuits in human endeavor, whether we go for a competitive examination or any business, वृत्ति व्यापार जो भी करते हैं हमारे जीवन में, we will go for we will keep a goal or some vision we will keep. दूर की सोचते हैं, उसको बोलते हैं विजन इन मैनेजमेंट पार्लेंस। सो दैट दृष्टि जो नॉर्मल दृष्टि नहीं है, वो दिव्य दृष्टि चाहिए फ्यूचर देखने के लिए। दैट इज द विजन यूज रिक्वायर्ड, एंड आफ्टर दैट यू नीड टू हैव ए प्रिपरेशन फॉर एवरीथिंग, फॉर एवरी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशन पास करने के लिए। अनलेस यू पास इट, यू कैन गेट एन IIT or an IIM or an IAS. If these three are the benchmarks of achieving something, or even in business, जो भी वृत्ति व्यापार, this is the word that I am using consciously. Anything what we do, we need preparation. That preparation will make you ready. That is Chitta Siddhi. In this spiritual preparation, that is why these rituals are extremely important. And I agree with Jasab that Sacheta Agata is the Chitta Siddhi के लिए। ये जो चित्त चेतना is nothing but the चित्त प्रवृत्ति only, and yoga is also at the end of the day is चित्त वृत्ति निरोधा. That's what is the Yoga Sutra is also saying. So all put together, it is about the preparation, and each one of these Adhyayana Veda, Yajna, Dana, Tapo, Karma, Kriya, Puja, Vrata, Homa, everything will be definitely help in that preparatory stage. Not only that, ye yadhamam prapadyante, that's what Lord himself he said. Whoever chooses, that is the beauty of our Sanatana. Similarly, Chaturvidha bhajante mam, he said, Artho, Jignasura, Dharti. There are 4 types of the people and 4 methods of worship also. Similarly, these are the several methods, and like Madam said, it's a choice. One makes एक भगवान हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ता है और दूसरा कोई गणपति को मानता है, कोई विष्णु, कोई शिवा, कोई माँ, देवी माँ. So like that we have a choice. Similarly here also, जो अपनी अपनी ये यथामाम प्रपद्यन्ते, अपनी अपनी दृष्टिकोण से और चित्त शुद्धि के लिए कोई वेदाध्ययन करता है, कोई यज्ञ करता है, कोई तपस्या करता है, कोई पूजा करता है, कोई व्रत करता है, कोई समाधि में जाता है, कोई ध्यान करता है, कोई योगा करता है. So all that is possible, and possible only in our all-inclusive and extremely liberal and absolutely if I may use unnecessarily, Jhasab will be triggered, secular Sanatana Dharma and safe. Okay, that is the beauty. Yeah. Right. Thank you.